In this video we are going to learn how to create a data model based on Excel sheet and how we will create a report, BI publisher report using this data model. So let us go to the tools, reports analytics. Once you click, it's going to take you to the landing page of reports analytics. From there, click the browse catalog. This will take me to the catalog home page. Fine. Now let's first create the data model. So I'm going to go to the create menu here, and you can see under the published reporting you can see a box here icon. So I'm going to click the data model here. Now I have source, which is nothing but Excel sheet. So this is source. I just took some Excel sheet from the Google, which has a list of different stationaries and who's the representative, what's the region, what's the date of order, and what's the how many units have been ordered, what's the unit cost, and finally what's the total price. So some data is there. So this data let's try to create a data model based on this particular Excel sheet data, and let's create our report also accordingly based referring to that data model. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the data model landing page. So we got the data model landing page. Here I'm going to click onto the diagram tab. I'm going to click plus here. You can see here these are nothing but different sources from where the data model can read the information. So I'm going to choose Microsoft Excel. Here let me give a name for this data model Excel. Okay, so I'm going to give data source here, sorry, local here, and file name I'm going to choose it from the downloads folder. So I'm going to choose here sample, open, and I'm going to click the upload button. Now this will upload the data which is nothing but our this particular Excel sheet. This will get uploaded to our data model. Okay, so now it's asking me do you want to upload which sheets. In case if you have multiple sheets, you can always give this preference here, and you can input your time zone. If you like to have any parameters, you can have them also here for your data model. At present I'm not going to have any parameter. We will do add the parameters at the later stage in the future videos. So now if you see the diagram, this diagram has G_1, which is nothing but the highest level of the XML family group. So under which you have different elements. Each element nothing but our the columns from our Excel sheet. So if you try to observe our Excel sheet, you have columns like order date, region, rep, item, units, unit cost, total, like that. You will see all the columns here. So now our data model is ready. Let's save this data model. I'm going to save it under the Jahir folder under the BIP. So let me save it in the BIP. I'm going to give us name as data model based on Excel report or data model. It's a data model only, so I will just keep as data model. So once it's saved, it will show as a amber color a square icon with a square in the center. So now let's create the report, BIP report. I'm going to click the create button report here. So I have clicked this create button. It's saying like BI publisher layout editor and template builder depends on sample data. Click cancel and click view data to return a small number of rows and save as sample data. Click OK to exit without sample data. I'm going to the catalog. We will go to the place where we have saved our data model. So I'm going to the BIP, and if you see, this is our data model. So I'm going to click edit here. So this will take us to the editable section of the data model where it will show the diagram and all. Let's wait for a few seconds until this processing pop-out goes off. Now if you observe here, let's click the view data click here the view, so that our data is visible here. Of course the data is available, it's not that data is not available. So I'm going to click save here, and let's now go and create the report. It's still saying BI publisher layout editor and the template builder depend on sample data. Click cancel and click view data to return a small number of rows and save as sample data. Click OK to exit without sample data. Okay, saved as sample data. Now let's create the report. Now by default it will open the wizard for us, in which our data model will be automatically selected, and we just have to continue and drag and drop our columns, and we have to finish our report. So I'm going to leave it as it is because it has selected the data model. Our data model is automatically selected here. I'm clicking next here. Last time in this place we got error saying that the data is not being available in the data model, but this time we went there and we viewed the data, and we have saved the sample data also, and now we are not getting this error. So I'm going to landscape and let me have this tabular format. Next, now it will list you all the columns from the data model. Our data model is nothing but our Excel sheets columns. So let's wait for a few seconds. So under the data source panel you will be able to see all the columns. It's taking some time. We got all the columns, so I'm going to drag and drop one by one. I'm going to drag the item now. Next I'll drag the unit cost, and finally I'll take the total. Now if you see we have all the columns here, and you can click next, and once the wizard completes we can view the data and we can export the data. Yeah, the moment you click finish it will ask you to save the report. So a dialog box will open to save the report. Let's save the report. The report is BIP report based on data model sourcing from Excel, so that I put some meaningful name, so it will be easy for us to refer back that it is based on the data model which is sourcing from Excel. So I'm clicking OK. Now this is going to save the BIP report. Earlier we have saved the data model, now we are saving the report. Now the report is going to run for us. As we don't have any parameters, it's not going to stop, it's going to run and it is going to show the data. Now if you see whatever the data which we have in Excel, everything is visible here. Of course you can see the date format being visible in a different way for the order date. This and all we can use the column properties, and we can format the data and we can show in a way which we would like to show the data. So you can see the entire list of all rows whichever is there in the Excel sheet is visible here. I hope you find this video informative. Thank you. Please share the video and spread the knowledge.